Don't tone me. I heard this term for the first time a few weeks ago when I read a Facebook post by Luke Richter of the Central Oregon Peacekeepers. Luke was engaged in a back and forth with a local government official about a public safety issue. And this official attacked Luke for the tone he used in making his argument. Luke and others said she needed to stop toning him. This official posted a video from Luke, thinking that the video would make her point. I clicked on the post, cringing as I did so. I assumed Luke had said something unfortunate that would hurt the underlying argument he was making. When I watched that video, I was stunned. I had to play it again. I was looking for the unfortunate thing that Luke said, the thing that would undercut his underlying point, but it wasn't there. When I'm passionate in a meeting, I'm often complimented for speaking truth to power. People pat me on the back and tell me that I tell it like it is. I'm told by people in our community that I have the courage of my convictions. When Luke and people who look like him get fired up about 400 years of oppression in our country, they are told to speak softly. They are counseled to be respectful. They are advised to play the long game. How's doing that worked out for justice in our country? When I started law school in Arkansas in 1992, I wanted to live near campus, so I got an apartment a few blocks away from campus. I grew up in New York, and I appreciated walking places. At student orientation on day one, I was pulled aside by two well-meaning white classmates. They told me, "John, we don't live in this neighborhood." I said, "Excuse me?" They said again, "We don't live in this neighborhood. We live in West Little Rock." I told them, "I don't know who the hell you think I am, but I'm not part of your we." That experience was jarring for me. I gotta tell you, it was real jarring for me. You see, in New York, where I was from, we didn't talk about our prejudices. Us white New Yorkers, we would tell everyone who listened that there was no racism in New York. And I think we actually believed it. I think we believed it when we said that. But you know, the candor of our Kansans was refreshing in a way. At least I knew where everyone stood. Oregon is more like New York than Arkansas in that we like to think there is no systemic racism in our state, right? No. Things are pretty great here. Nothing to see, right? Well, we know that's not true. We know it. For daring to take to the streets to say that their lives matter, local Black Lives Matter advocates have had their lives threatened. They've had diesel smoke dumped on them. They've had vile things said about them. And hundreds of people have come out to counter-protest against them. And what is the counter-protesters' message? That white lives matter. Well, I have news for the counter-protesters out there. We don't need a white lives matter movement. This country has taken real good care of white lives for 400 years. I mean, again, white people are doing pretty well, right? Black lives matter, as do the lives of indigenous people and all people of color, and no one needs to apologize for saying so. We've become complacent in this country. After the passage of the Civil Rights Act in 1964, we leaned back and we felt pretty good about things, didn't we? Then 50 years later, we elected President Obama. and our arms were sore for patting ourselves on the back so hard. Damn, we were woke, weren't we? We elected a black president. Then we did nothing. Then we elected a president who peddles in hate. And we saw the haters come out of the woodwork. Finally, woke white America understood what BIPOC America had been saying for 400 years. To the young people here tonight, I'm sorry. We failed you. My generation and those who came before us did not get our country to the promised land. But I have hope. I have hope because of you. You said, enough. You took the car keys from us and said, it's time for you to drive. Luke Richter, I see you up there. Now you're down there. You moved on me. Josie Stanfield, Kirsten Arias, and all the other young people who took to the streets. We see you. We thank you. Thank you for loving your country so much that you risk your lives to make it as good as we all know it can and should be. Martin Luther King Jr. reminded us that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. The kids today are getting on that arc and bending the hell out of it. That's right. To all the BIPOC leaders in our community, know that. I'll follow you. I'm in awe of you. When someone tones you again, speak even louder. Be proud. You have lived experiences to share, and your experiences need to be heard. I'll work with you every step of the way on our journey to make the United States of America the country we know it can be. Thank you. And to everyone here tonight, thank you for coming out to support Black lives because they matter. Thank you.